Hey, what's up everybody? I'm David McGill, and in this video I'm going to break down the process on how loads are moved in the trucking industry. Now, the first thing you need for a load obviously is a shipper, and a shipper is a company that has freight that they need moved. Now, that shipper is going to need the help of a trucking company or a motor carrier to move that freight. And the way that a shipper and a motor carrier most of the time will come into contact with each other is through a broker. Now, the broker is an intermediary or a middleman who brings companies who have freight that needs to be moved together with companies who have trucks to move that freight. Now, the broker is going to negotiate a rate with the shipper for the services, and let's say, for example, it'd be $2,000. Now, the broker now has this load that they need to get moved by a motor carrier. Well, oftentimes these brokers, they'll post the load on a load board, and they may post that load for, let's say, $1,500. Now, once this load is posted on the load board, a dispatcher will visit the load board and book the load on behalf of a motor carrier for the agreed upon rate. Now, the relationship between the dispatcher and the motor carrier, it can vary. Sometimes the motor carrier may dispatch themselves or have their own dispatcher in-house that goes on the load boards to book loads. Or other times the motor carrier may hire a separate outside company to do the dispatching for them, who's responsible for booking the loads for them. But regardless of the relationship between the dispatcher and the motor carrier, the process is still the same. Like, somebody has to go to the load board to find the loads that the broker posted. Now, once this load has been delivered, the contract between the shipper and the broker has been satisfied. So the shipper will pay the agreed upon $2,000 to the broker, and then the agreed upon amount between the carrier and the broker of $1,500 will be paid from the broker to the carrier. Now, the dispatcher's pay, depending on the relationship between the dispatcher and the motor carrier, may vary. If they're an employee of the motor carrier, then maybe they're getting a salary or a set amount. Or if it's an outside dispatching service, then they may be getting a percentage of the load that the dispatcher booked. Now, when it comes to the load board, there's some free load boards out there, as well as some that have paid subscriptions. The one that I prefer is the DAT load board, because I've had the best luck with the DAT load board, and that's the one that I'm most familiar with. Now, if you want to sign up for a free 30-day subscription with the DAT load board, I have some information in the description of each one of my videos. You can check it out there. So, as a quick summary, brokers get loads from shippers. They post those loads on the load boards, and dispatchers book those loads on behalf of motor carriers. Now, hopefully this video was helpful, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments section. Also, if you know anybody else who could benefit from this information, feel free to share this video with them. And as always, thanks again for watching.